Next to the Great Hall is the Great Watching Chamber. This fine room was where courtiers would wait to see their monarch. Henry built it in honor of his new love and wife, Jane Seymour.
Henry VIII would have walked through here, he would have processed through here on Sundays and holy days in extraordinary finery, and people would be trying to petition him. They'd been waiting all this time to see him, so they'd been trying to pull at his arm, trying to get his attention. If you look at the ceiling, you can have a sense of how much he must have lavished on it, because there's this incredible, beautiful gilt, and these badges are leather maches. And this is Jane Seymour's badge. That's a castle with roses, a rose bush coming out of it, and a phoenix rising from the top. And of course, the phoenix rising from the ashes is exactly what Jane Seymour did for Henry VIII, because she provided him with a son and an heir. And so it's no surprise that he would build something so sumptuous in her honour.
To celebrate, Henry hung a series of extravagant new tapestries. Less than a year into their marriage, Jane Seymour had provided him with the son he desperately wanted.
Henry VIII commissioned the tapestries that you can see here, the Abraham tapestries. He paid a vast amount of money for them, £2,000. At the time, that was the cost of a warship, so these were really expensive. And the other thing about them is that they would have been utterly splendid, because they were made with cloth of gold.
Their vibrancy has faded over 500 years, but modern pigment analysis can bring their 16th century colours back to life.
The tapestries would have been practically neon. They were so bright. They were made with spirals of real gold with silk thread going through them. And they would have glinted and glimmered in the light. They would have looked absolutely beautiful.
But this marriage too had a sad end. It's believed Jane Seymour's heart and lungs are in a lead box hidden behind the chapel altar. Jane died from childbirth complications soon after Prince Edward was born.
In Henry's memory, he will look back in years to come with great sentiment. He will weep and say that she was the best of his wives. He'd been unfortunate in love with ill-conditioned wives, except for Jane.
I think actually there's an element of that that says, well, perhaps she didn't live long enough for him to have fallen out of love with her actually.